My contestant ID is 4090, and today I'll be doing the underhood inspections. But to begin, I'm gonna point out my safety equipment. First, I have my safety goggles. I'm wearing gloves. I have a leather belt to prevent any scratching on the vehicle. I'm wearing steel-toed boots to prevent anything heavy from damaging my foot. And also on the car, we have fender covers to prevent any other damage to the car. Now first, we're gonna start by doing the coolant. Now you never want to check the coolant while it's hot because the pressure builds up and it can shoot back at you, potentially burning you. So in order to check that, you can tap on the cap, and if it's hot, don't open it. Let the car cool down first. Same thing with the hose. If it's hot, don't open it. Just let the car cool down before you do open it. In our case, we can open it as it's cool. You want to come over here. You want to grab a brake strip that also has a side for coolant. So you want to come over here, make sure it gets both things. You can also see by how the green coolant is, it's pretty much brand new, wouldn't need any replacement. With that said, if we come over here, the green is around a level 9 to 11, which indicates it's a good pH level. It isn't very acidic. And has a good boiling point too, so there's no need for replacement. But do be sure to check it for next time, just to be safe. Now, if you want to be a little more sure about that, you can get a refractometer and make sure you get some accurate readings. Now first, what you want to do is open it up, get the cloth that comes with inside the kit, and wipe it down. Then you want to get one of these and get some distilled water and put about a drop or two in there. You want to do is close it. Make sure there's little to no air bubbles in there. You want to get the little flathead that comes in there. Come in here too. Now, in my case, I had to take off the glasses so I can actually calibrate it. Now what you want to do is make sure the white line is right on 0, so it's fully calibrated. You want to make sure the refractometer is in the light so nothing gets in the way. Well, so you can get more accurate readings. Hand this off actually. And what you want to do is open it back up, get the cloth, gently wipe it down, make sure you don't scratch the surface. Now you want to get the other little thing and come back to the coolant. Take some. Same thing as the distilled water. Put 2 to 3 drops in there. Same once again, want to make sure there's no air bubbles so you can get accurate readings. And make sure while you're measuring, there is little to no light coming through the thing. In our case, this is around a 30, which does indicate it's good coolant and does not need any replacement. What you want to do is open it back up, grab the same cloth, and wipe it down. Put it back in its box. Make sure you put your safety goggles back on after that. Next, we're going back to the battery. Now you want to make sure the clamp is on good, so we're gonna tug this a little bit. As you can tell by no movement, the clamp is good and tightened. Now, we're also gonna check the battery terminals, the cables. You see here, might need a little bit more tightening. And this one is nice and snug, it doesn't really move. So you wanna get your ratchet, come over here, just slightly tighten it, because if you over tighten it, it will damage the car and lead to corrosion. Alright, next we're going to use this awareness gauge to check the drive belt. So here we have rib profile and the teeth. In my case, as it's dark, I'm going to need a flashlight so I can see better. But if we get the teeth and put them in the drive belt, there shouldn't be any movement between the belt and the tool. And if there is, then that indicates a worn belt. with that said, a V shape is your ideal for the drive belt. If it's a U shape, then it's a worn belt. Going on with the bar indicator. If we bring it down here, if the bar is higher than the belt, it's a good belt. And if it's lower than the bar, it's worn. Now we're gonna go with the crackings, which we use with the window. So you wanna put the tool against the belt. Now from the window, if you notice 4 or more cracks, it's a worn belt and it needs to be replaced. Now, going back, we're gonna have to use the brake strips to check the brake fluid. Now, we want to make sure, well, actually, the brake fluid can also tell us how worn the brakes are. As you can tell from over here, it's a little lower than what it should be at, which indicates the brake pads are a little worn out. So you want to stick this in here, make sure it gets the little thing, and we want to close this off so you don't forget anything. And as we can tell from here, the copper corrosion level is between 100 and 200. So you should be either aware of replacing it or replacing your brake fluid. And now to check the engine oil, you're gonna want to make sure it's level. The car is on a leveled plane. So what you want to do is grab this, the dipstick. We're gonna wipe it down. Make sure you get accurate readings. So clean that all off. And then I'll stick it back for further checking. And as you can tell from here, it's at the max, so it's good. It doesn't need any more oil. And judging by the smell and the color, it's some pretty good oil. It doesn't smell burnt and looks nice and golden. Now for the transmission, we're gonna take a different rag. Same thing with the oil. You wanna make sure it's on a flat level so you don't mess with the readings. You wanna reach over here. Same thing. You wanna wipe it down. Put it back. As we do that, you want to remember to put the fender covers over for extra protection. And as we pull this back out, see right here, that's actually a little above what it's meant to be, so we're gonna have to flush a little bit out in order for it to be fine. Now, we also want to come around here and check the power steering fluid. In our case, there's little to nothing in the car, which means we should get a top, well, we should refill it. Make sure it's all good for driving. Move the fender cover. Now I want to check all the other things. Like over here, we got the MAF sensor, which stands for mass airflow sensor. As we can tell, there's no loose wires, there's no endings, there's all intact. Same thing with the spark plugs. They're not really bent, they're pretty good condition. Same thing with this sensor right here. And that's about it for the underhood inspection.